Let's talk about how I've made $2 million in my energy healing business, even though I do not follow the rules of Reiki. Hi, I'm Erin Worley, and I am a mentor to the most powerful lightworkers and healers on earth. So Reiki does come with a fairly rigid set of rules. And the idea behind this is making sure that no one deviates from what was originally channeled through by Master Usui, because he received a divine download. And everybody wants to make sure that the energy healing stays just as potent as he originally channeled it through. The only problem with this assumes that Master Usui, the founder and creator of Reiki, received a divine download and that this was abnormal, special, different, something that only happens once in a blue moon to a very special person. The fact of the matter is we are all God source physically embodied. We are all capable of receiving divine downloads. And if we don't trust this about ourselves, we will cap our potential and we'll cap our income capabilities as energy practitioners. I know that you are just as capable of receiving insanely powerful divine downloads as Master Usui. And I know that I am as well. So I know that if I were to follow his rules for Reiki that have been meticulously passed down from generation to generation, that I would actually be silencing my own divine downloads in order to rigidly adhere to his. So what I did after learning Reiki is I felt really, really guided to adjust things, to change things, to make them my own. But I had to literally go against what my teachers were telling me was safe and was okay. And then I found other teachers, more powerful teachers, that had already chosen themselves to expand beyond the capabilities and limits created around Reiki. And I learned from them, and they, almost without fail, had the same message that Reiki had. They had received a divine download. And if I wanted it to work for me, I would have to follow their divine download, their path, step by step exactly. They saw themselves as divinity in form, but they didn't see me as divinity in form. And at first I believed them because they were so powerfully embodied. Who wouldn't believe them? Of course. But I knew something more within my heart was available for me and for everyone else here on earth. I knew that we were God source embodied. In every cell of my body, I knew this because I had had an experience in 2012 where I fully knew. And so I started trusting myself more and more to move away from, I have to do it this way, and instead to listen to, try this, do it this way, tweak this. One thing that I noticed with Reiki that was very limiting is there was a big emphasis on making sure that the client felt love during the session, almost a fear that if the client felt anything but the highest experience during or after the session, it would mean that I had failed as a healer. What I was actually led and guided to from within is allow yourself to be so powerful that all of the gunk, all of the heaviness, all of the darkness that has been buried down inside of this person rises up during the session, rises up after the session and releases. Hold yourself through the discomfort of your client crying during a session, the discomfort of your client having a breakdown after the session. And hold your client in safety around this as well. This is what ascension looks like. Ascension is not all rainbows and butterflies. It is bringing in the highest frequencies so that we can release the low frequencies, so that we can rise up and embody our full potential. When we are afraid to feel the lows, we block ourselves from embodying the version of us that walks on earth all day, every day, able to hold the beauty, the highs, the love. So I've made $2 million in the last 5.5 years inside my energy healing business because I allowed my soul's unique guidance to lead instead of anyone else's method. And I have taught hundreds. I have helped these people know in every cell in their body, in their heart, as they walk around in their day-to-day lives, I am divinity in form. I am God's source embodied, and I have helped them access their own unique soul's codes as I teach them inside Quantum Lightwork Academy, which is my year-long energy healing teaching academy. That this is where I teach people that are both brand new to energy healing and have been Reiki masters for 30 years to go to their next level. I teach them how to get started and then how to transition to trusting as they get started with the practices I give them. They're going to start having their own coding and information come through them, and I teach them to trust that. What I'm giving them, that's the training wheels that gets them started. The full embodiment comes then when they throw off the training wheels and ride the bike themselves with their own inner guidance. So it's a really, really powerful way to embody the highest version of you. I've made $2 million in the last 5.5 years, not because I've been the perfect replica of someone else's method, but because I've simply allowed myself to trust my own soul, my own inner guidance. That's it. It's simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. Simple can actually be the hardest thing to implement, especially when you have years, lifetimes of belief systems encoded within your physical vessel from all the people telling you, do it this way or you'll hurt others. Do it this way or it's not safe. Do it this way or it won't work. I love with my whole heart and all that I am to support powerful light workers in stepping into their next level that's actually deeply soul embodied. So if you are feeling called to find out more about what I do inside Quantum Lightwork Academy, there is a free training in the description box below.